Monday at 11 a.m. CET here from Budapest. International Master William Paschall along with my co-host Ponda and our favorite Tier 3 subscriber Astrobate. What's up, my friend? Going to play 5+3 through 7+3 Blitz today, welcoming challenges from subscribers and others with established accounts here on lichess. Good to get started with a new week. We had a tough simul as always yesterday. 25 opponents. Nobody really dropped out, which is good. And finally ended up with a decent score. Some tough games. Lost a few. But overall, very low number of draws. Astrobate, what did you do? You tried to play like the white side of a Benoni type of position. And I thought you were doing all right. You were doing all right until you started maneuvering your knight from the queen side with knight e2. You probably needed to stay there. You let me get in b5. I'd start rolling with counterplay on the queen side. That's the problem when you're used to playing e4. Playing a d4 style position is a much different kind of game. It takes a while to adjust. I know you're not used to that. Juicebox Wizard is a subscriber. Secret subscriber, even though we haven't seen him in a month or something. It seems like I haven't seen you in a month, Juicebox. Maybe not so long. But we're always wondering how you're doing. I thought about you the other night. I don't know, it's very odd. But for some reason, I was playing poker at this poker club, the only poker club in Budapest, and there was this cash game with this one guy that for some reason he reminded me of you, even though I've barely even seen you. He made you pop in my head for some reason. Just very strange. Almost no connections, but what's up? So you're struggling a bit lately, but still have my head above water. Good. Where are you? Where in the world? Which Southeast Asian country? You made your first chess puzzle. Can you rate it? This is Quasi. Always possible. I'm not a chess puzzle specialist. I'm not a titled puzzle solver. We'll have to ask Blobix. He's the problemist. Arsenal fan here. Good. DK guy. Guys, let me play a quick warm-up game. I'm not feeling very awake. Weak coffee going around. I think it's a coffee pandemic. Coffee around here doesn't seem to have an effect. Yangon, Burma. Other words, Myanmar. You're in a different country every time we talk to you. We followed, 16 was Victor Erdos yesterday. Arsenal fan, you played a bad move, and I didn't even, call you on it. I wasn't paying attention, and you played... you played knight takes e4. You're not supposed to do that, dude. You are not supposed to play knight takes e4, man. That's a bad line. And I didn't even punish you. I shouldn't have even told you. But I'm too nice. I'm too nice, man. Only. It's pretty bad. It's like my Scandinavian defense with knight f6. You got to keep it under 1, I think. Even in the Benoni, you probably have to keep it under 1, man. It's too much. If the opening advantage is +1 over 1, you're out of bounds. You need to rein it in, man. You can't play a variation where the advantage is over +1. I think it's just busted. Almost busted. There's no need to do that. But anyway, you can try. You can try. Do it the hard way if you insist. Then again, I hung a pawn in the classical King's Indian. Okay, anyway, I'm going to play a warm-up game while you guys chatter. Yeah, but the funny thing is you played the correct move before. I thought you knew it. Sometimes, I'm not used to playing certain variations every day, and when I play quickly through the simul, I'm not really catching it. 3 plus 3, 5 plus 3, 1,000, that's kind of low. 1,000's too low. People are like, hey, you don't play anybody. Like, why do you play 1600s? I had a comment on my YouTube channel, like, why do you play with 1600s? That's what, like, Magnus Carlsen says about me. Alright. 5 plus 3, I can't play 1,000, though. That's too low. Give me a challenge, people in the random room. 5 plus 0, not you guys. There's one. It's provisional. ROM key provisional, no. No provisionals. It'll end up being like a 30-minute game against a computer or something. 1465. Whatever. At least he's not provisional. It doesn't matter. I mean, it ends up being a 30-minute game against an engine, If I choose like a player who's provisional. It's not good, dude. It would waste too much of our time. That happened last time. I had like a really suspicious opponent in the warm-up game. It ended up going like 25... It lasted like 25 minutes. I need to get the brain blood flowing, but I don't really want to play like a computer. Ooh, almost pre-moved. H6. He saw me like gonna put my bishop on g5 on the stream and played h6, hoped to catch it. It's like a Venus flytrap. That's what that's called. No, you can't have my bishop. Las Hazior. Wow. Long time no see. Hosting. Nice to have a host. The Rogozin is not the Rogozin if black plays h6, my friend. You cannot play h6 on move 4 in the Queen's Gambit. You can't play that in almost any opening with black, and it's not okay. You just hand over Tempe with black. I mean, it's one thing if you're white, but to be down the first move already and then continue to lose more time, that's insane. Yeah, I mean, I'm really down with all the Russian streamers, Arsenal fan. I mean, there's a lot of Russian streamers in my time zone. It's like the problem with playing poker for me. Like, I used to play in the morning. There was no one to play with because it's like my time zone is a problem. Knight on BD7. In the evening stream, maybe, I don't know. It's hard enough to get an audience at this hour. What is this very strange position? Amusing fact is, as far as I recall when playing the Road of Pez, I have not yet once in my life... Oh, this is KarpovQuotes.com. Karpov Quotes. This is getting really weird. The guy plays this move h6, and then all of his other moves somehow seem good. That's one of those quotes that's been floating around lichess for 3 years. Five plus 3 through 7 plus 3. Why do I bother? Oms, what happened to you yesterday? We want to see like a sick note from the doctor. Oms resigned prematurely in his game yesterday. Maybe you even said why in the stream, but I was, of course, too busy to notice. Is this player? 15-12. He's making this h6 Queen's Gambit look almost playable. Yeah, of course he won. You were paying close attention, Arsenal. That's your hallmark. Chattering like he was busy chattering. Alms won, of course. He was totally crushing me. All right. Now Alms just left. He was clearly worse. You know, that position, like, is even, I think, kind of marginal for a player of your level to call it lost. But not too many people here would resign that position. That was really, really super early resignation. I appreciate it, but, you know. Knight e4, what is going on? 1465. Am I lost yet? Are we there yet? Speaking of lost, maybe I'm lost against the 1465. Something interesting about this opponent. Thank God it's not rated. He's 1194. I guess he's just lucky. He's just lucky he hasn't made a mistake yet. I don't know, man. At any moment I could be losing a piece. All of a sudden I'm better. There's some weird tactics even here. Queen d5. Jeez. Knight c4. Queen d5. Okay, I have f3. That's close. Take back. If I played everyone like they were under 1,000, I would be really bad. I think you should play everyone like they're Garry Kasparov, dude. Your results would be better. But I agree, as an experiment, it would be fun. Yeah, just give no one any respect. You could do like two versions of the same thing. One where you treated everyone like they were Kasparov or Carlsen, and then the second one where you treated everyone in your mind like they were 1,000. I got it. Okay. This guy desperately wants to play a rematch. You were just an experiment. Join the stream. You got manhandled by a 1250. He had 21 moves, 11 cent upon loss, no errors. Oof. A 1250. Welcome, guys, to the stream. Jim's here. Good to see you. The Greek peoples. The Greek People's Republic. Helis. Arsenal fan and Alms and Paide are subscribers, and they're all there like axe murderers. 2092, 2276, 2205. Helis is not a sub. Arsenal fan. I've been busting on Arsenal too much lately, but he sets himself up for it. He often speaks before he knows what he's talking about. Although often he's right. CD. Talk first, think later. What am I doing? Okay, I had to rethink about this. What is the Willie Hendricks book? Move first, think later? Seriously? It was something like that, right? There's a chess book with a title pretty much to that effect. Arsenal plays the same. Just throw the pieces out there anywhere. It's all right. Queen a5 is always bad. That's exactly the title. Move first, think later. That's the right way to teach beginners, I think. Just throw them in the pool. Let them drown. No, I don't know. I only heard about that book. He's like a Dutch. I am. F4. I feel like I had the exact same position 2 weeks ago. What did I do? I don't know. My opponent played bishop h4 and I didn't play knight takes e4. If there was ever a position for knight takes e4, this was it. Like, if black plays h6, bishop h4, knight takes e4, it's the best knight takes e4 ever in the Sicilian. But Arsenal gives up his dark square bishop here instead. Seems like he has to. I don't like it for white, but I can't imagine how I didn't play knight takes e4 last time. I played this crazy move. Like, I went g5 instead. Bishop h4, g5. I think it was the same position. Horrible. It's for relatively strong players. Yeah. Obviously, Willie Hendricks wouldn't encourage, like, beginners to move first and think later. That's for strong players. This is a bad rouser for white. Really bad. It's a pretty much nightmare position for white. Arsenal just plays sharp lines without knowing any theory. Not really recommended. Then he'll, like, crush me like a dog. I guess I should castle at some point. b4. b4, knight a4. What happens on b4? There's a lot of moves. Maybe bishop b7. I just feel so rushed when I play against Arsenal fan. This is constantly, the moves are coming, like, just keep moving, never think, just keep moving. It's like it's a 7+3 game. It makes me crazy. Can you stop and think about your moves occasionally? I never have time to think. It's like this really annoying opponent I had. Maybe the most annoying opponent I ever had twice in the last month or so in over the board games. The guy doesn't think, he just moves instantaneously, and he plays kind of badly, but occasionally there's like a decent move. And then when it's not his time, he's making all these nervous behaviors and nervous tics and stuff. And basically it's never his time because he never thinks. So it's always your time. And he's always doing these really annoying patterns of behavior. It made me lose my mind. I've played 2,500 over the board games, at least, maybe more. And this guy was easily the most annoying opponent I ever played. And he seems like kind of on the surface like normal and nice. People couldn't understand why I'm freaking out. All right. You're going to save your central pawn. Well, let's just grab the bishop. He basically would spend like an average of 30 seconds on all of his moves, while I would spend like 3 minutes or 4 minutes on most of my moves. So it was always my clock running, never his. And then when it's your turn, there's this constant motion in front of your line of vision. He just like moving around, getting up, sitting up, getting down, taking his glasses off, putting them down, moving his glasses case, picking up snacks, like it was just insane. It just didn't stop, and the people next to me couldn't understand why I was like visibly upset. Because if you're not really paying close attention, there's no like huge thing he was doing. It was just like continuous series of motions. And then when he's sitting there for his 30 seconds of thought, he's totally still. So it almost seems like he's doing it on purpose. And after the game, it's just like, oh, he's completely normal. No strange behaviors, nothing. But if he were like nervous or something, if he had some sort of anxiety disorder, I mean, presumably he would be moving all the time, not just on my time. I mean, I could understand. I've played nervous people a lot, and this guy didn't seem nervous to me. It was almost like he was doing it like in a contrived fashion. All right. We have to get out of the center. It's an interesting game here. Arsenal knows almost no theory, yet he can play like mainline Sicilians with white, which is interesting. I don't quite know how you can do that. I guess I have to take something at some point. He deduces, yeah. Pretty strong deductions. I can't believe his rating is as low as it is at 2092. And Blitz and Rapid, I mean, the Blitz and Bullet is even more shocking. It's the same thing with Acerbate. I don't understand why your fast ratings are so low. You should be stronger and faster time controls, not stronger in the long time control. You don't use your time in the first place. Why is Acerbate an Arsenal fan? Why is their like longer time control ratings higher than their fast time control ratings? They don't even use their time normally. All right, so it's looking like equal about. My e6 pawn, I'm not really encouraged to lose that. I guess we should take. He can't take back the other way. I'm lucky I'm even okay here. I had less time. He had really good control of the center. Perfectly safe king. Arsenal fan was always playing like anti-Sicilians, and suddenly he's like playing main lines. It's pretty amazing. Now, is this calculated or a mistake? It's not easy to transition from playing like C3 Sicilians and offbeat stuff to playing like the open lines. Seems like he's doing that. The last 2 times he just goes into the mainline Richter Rouser. Last time I played G6 against him on move 6 and he just crushed me without knowing any theory. Here he adapted really well. Maybe there's no move. Knight C5 is the only move. Knight C5, Bishop F5. Yeah, I mean, I keep saying it, but he doesn't seem to answer. He doesn't ever, like, regard what I say. Like, if he played as fast as he does, as strong as he does, in 3-0, he'd be like 2,300. He would just crush everybody. He says, no, I'll lose on time. What? You don't even use your time. How can you lose on time? In 3-0, he would just be like 2,300. I mean, it's ridiculous. If he can play this fast and this well. Why is he playing like with increment? You don't even need the time. But he doesn't ever agree with me. Just play 3-0, no other time control, Arsenal fan. You'd be 2,300. No problem. Bishop takes F5. I can play Bishop F3. But he has Rook H2. We have a tactic now. Nah, he lost his concentration. Om's on Twitch, 111 first place. I think I'm like clearly worse after 15 moves. He just completely gave me his dark square bishop for nothing. Played very quickly and has a huge advantage after 15 moves. Should I play bishop takes c2 check? It is a pawn, right? Pawn is pawn. It doesn't really matter. I'm going to get his c2 pawn. He gets the e4 bishop. It's like he loves this. He loves this king cubby hole over there. He had the exact same thing against me the other day with his king on h2 when I lost. The ultimate king safety. You can never get mated with a structure. Nobody likes to lose. Oms donated 111. First place. So check out the opening. Just rapid fire. One mistake. Very bad move. Now he's like worse. And he realizes there's like bishop h4. He's like clearly worse. And then just totally recovers. Watch the advantage. And he's got to be like better at some point here. he1. So, yeah, he's like gone from practically lost to almost better. It says equal. Honestly, I thought f5 was okay. I thought it was even a good move. The computer prefers e5. Extremely principled play. I never thought I was better here. King b1 is best. Excellent prophylaxis, respect for king safety. I can't believe I'm even better here. I thought his central presence was just plenty compensation for the two bishops. I think Stockfish is probably slightly overvaluing Black's position because it constantly overvalues the two bishops. One of its big weaknesses. So Oms, if that was Arsenal, if that was 3-0, you would have just killed me. But in 7+3, I have a chance to recover, and then you lost concentration. Play 3-0, you'll be like 2,300, easy. Oms is up next, Pi Day and Asmir. That was a gift sub. We had 10 gift subs yesterday. 11 gift subs because Bob got one too. HTFP donated a gift sub to Bob. Now, we can't do this anymore. I looked at that variation where we've been playing for the first time. Lord Ninja, there are literally thousands of different chess computers and chess engines, and they're all different. I'm sure. Maybe not thousands, but there must be hundreds. Anything that's not AI, right, is a chess engine. Like a traditional chess engines are just, the parameters are set by human beings for how they evaluate positions. I think that Stockfish has been totally over programmed to like 2 bishops. But if you looked at something like AlphaZero, then it's different. We can't do this anymore. We're not supposed to play the Tarrasch. I mean, you could tweak it, you know? You can tweak the factors that the computer likes and doesn't like to be more materialistic, less materialistic. What do we got here? I'm trying to do something slightly different. You occasionally go to another stream. There's something funny about that, Gigi Helis. I don't really understand what's going on there. Not my business. Not my business. I don't know, man. Why some dude like that would have hundreds of gift subs every month. It doesn't make a lot of sense to me. But anyway, I don't know. Osmir S. Strategy. It's all strategy. Not interested. I don't want to know. Conspiracy theories. Fancy. Showing just how British you really are. Fancy. I fancy you. I fancy you, Arsenal. Fancy your central control with the 2 knights. We're just making up something out of the normal kind of theory here with d takes c5 and move 7. Essentially playing in the style of like a Queen's Gambit accepted with the extended fianchetto. I don't know, maybe he should play like d4. Nah. This actually works out for me. It's hard to see a good move for black other than... Actually, I don't know. What is he supposed to do here? Does anyone see a good move for black? Have you seen a good move for black? That looks like the diagonal. I did consider this. Dude found the best possible move. That has to be like the only move. If you take first, you're in big trouble. You can't play b6. b6. I hope there was something on the long diagonal, but he's absolutely 100% correct. This has got to be the only move. a6, as Arsenal points out, is possible. But slower, essentially. Queen problem. He might be able to bail out with d takes c4 in the future. start bailing. Just liquidate everything. If he trades pawns on c4, we end up in this wonderful, very exciting, totally symmetrical pawn structure, which I'm not really excited for. Fancy feast. Where's Mr. Coffee? And his cats. Discussion of cats. Rook c8 looks like another solid move. Looks like Om's had enough of losing from yesterday. I really thought yesterday was going to be another boring draw, but I managed to keep my concentration and this is our best shot. Maintain my concentration and get a little bit of an advantage, and Om's just resigned. He didn't want any part in it. I think you got a little carried away, Arsenal. With h4, I guess. Even then, it may not be that bad. Guys, I'm taking challenges 5-3 through 7+3. Alms is thinking forever. Alms. So the structure is really bad. This isolated pawn is not something you really want to get. Queen takes is dangerous, so this looks like almost forced. But again, it's the ever exciting symmetrical structure, the dreaded symmetry. And as I mentioned earlier, like a lot of times in the Catalan, there's a queen problem where the queen has nowhere to go because the bishop is like passively placed on e7. But he has maybe d7 or d6. And of course there's the Catalan-esque c7, e8 squares. So he has places to put his queen, if that's the issue. Not great ones, but bishop f6 trades pieces too, which is a thing. That's a thing, trading pieces, right? When you have less space. My queen only has one good square. Actually, a5 is a thing. Okay, this defends b2, prepares rook fd1, and there it is. I guess he'll go swapping everything off if he can. Bishop b2, queen f6. I don't really want that to happen, but maybe we can allow it. Because at the end of the day, he'll have issues. Issues with the d6 square. Expecting bishop f6 and the queen f6, trading more pieces, but maybe now he should just chill out and play like queen e7. Queen e7 looks solid. Only alternative, really. He's about to get trouble on the d-file. So I was thinking queen f6, knight f6, knight c4 with the idea of knight d6. And it's kind of difficult to see a good move for black. Knight e8, Rook d7. Maybe that's playable. Trading queens, allowing me to play like knight c4 and then just playing knight e8. And I don't know. White's better in that position. Black's rook is on f8. With the knight on e8 out of the game. He could also take with the g pawn here. Controls e5, incidentally. And it leaves his knight on d5, which is in fact quite active. But it will slightly worsen his structure. No. No. Bishop a6, knight d6, bishop e2. That looks good for white. Let's see, he has a trick. But knight d6 is a massive threat. What to do? Better than I thought. He's got enough to hang on here. What now? Visibly white is better, but it's not much. Visibly annoyed. The chess streamer was visibly annoyed by his opponent's solid style. We've got a little something creeping into the endgame. Might be more than a little. I wasn't even thinking about f7. Rubinstein. There's no skill in 1.0. Well, I mean, it's some kind of skill. I wouldn't attribute it to anything regarding normal chess. What's happening here? Knight f7, rook f7, knight f7, knight f7, rook f7, knight f7. Rook d1, rook d1, bishop g2. Oof. That's oof. He's got a defense there. Like bishop d5 at the end. Damn it. There's got to be a move. All right. Come on now. Knight f7. Rook d1, rook d1, bishop g2, king g2, 7, knight f7, rook down, a5, take there. I mean, I don't know. Worst case scenario, I mean, it's equal. I've got to have better than this. If I had time to scientifically, like, really calculate everything, I could probably find something better. Maybe rook c7, maybe bishop a8. Probably bishop a8 is the best move first. Oh no. Miscalculated something. I'm supposed to play bishop a8 first? No. I just flat miscalculated. All right, so Now, knight g5. That's a fail. Oh, yes, I have check first. This is stupid. I had that better than this. Damn it, Jerry. I'm not even better here, probably. This is sort of what I was hoping for, except in my mind there was a slightly better version. If I lose my A pawn, what's the deal with that? You got every square covered. My rook is trapped by knight b6 there. It's just sick. And I'm almost losing on time. This is so embarrassing. Good chances to lose this. I don't know what I could have done, honestly. I don't think I had any chance of winning, realistically. But to just drop the pawn flat out like that, it's so ridiculous. See, I almost got my rook trapped, though. It's so sick, this position, right? I get to a6. If I play a6, my rook is trapped. No, I have rook h8. Are you serious? Yeah, but it doesn't help, right? It's such a weird position. Rook h8. Still, my rook is essentially trapped. Can I make progress here? My God, I'm like winning. I literally forgot I could play rook h8. I thought my rook was just trapped in my mind. But I can't believe I'm just winning, simply. It's just that easy. It's like a Zugzwang. Why is it so easy to win, though? What's the win? G4, okay, whatever. I improve my king, okay. King f7, f4, okay. You just keep moving back and forth, and eventually I create an outside pass pawn, I guess. Oh well. Good game. Osmir. Knights notoriously the best pawns to stop rook pawns. The best pawns. The best pawns to stop pawns. Knights notoriously bad at stopping outside pawns. I just forgot my rook had a square. It's really strange. Like h8 didn't exist in my mind. Perfect space to go to. I mean, I'm attacking h7. It's perfectly safe there. I don't know what I was thinking. I was thinking my rook was physically trapped, which is impossible in the given circumstance. Let's play something weird. Weird Wednesday. Thank you, Oms, for the donation, sir. Knight c3, best move. We can transpose to a kind of Benko, but this is not really kosher for black. Give away all my secrets. I never played this on the stream. But the refutation is d takes c5, I guess. You should take this. I'm not sure because I don't have knight a6. I don't have a good way of getting the pawn back. It's basically like a bluff. After d takes c5, white's better. I think so. Now you can play the Nescafe Frappe attack for white, which I used to play all the time. Frappe. The Frappe. That's like, I think there was like a Koltanowski game with knight takes b5. But usually we play e4. That's where it starts to get fun. Knight takes b5 is not really a big deal, I guess. Queen a5 check. Knight e4, bishop d2. Should I do that? I don't know. I never played this with black in my life, honestly. What am I doing? I'm not sure queen a5 is a good move. Maybe bishop b7, though. Actually, bishop b7, bishop d2. Correct. Yes, that's a problem. I should probably have a clue what I'm doing here. Knight e4, bishop d2, and I take his bishop. Yes, we must do this. Playing white would be easier for me. Queen takes d5 last game. Really? Into the diagonal. We both assumed that wasn't good. Padron Tony, welcome. How are things in Italia? Are you on lockdown? Scary. Knight e4. Come on, dude. Bishop d2. I have to take it. Computer defense, Falkbeer, of course. That's typical. Neither of us would have ever considered playing that. So queen c2 is an interesting move. With the idea of knight takes c3, bishop d2. Oh, there was a game where Adorian won in 10 moves, where some guy tried to get fancy with him in a line like this. He had some kind of knight takes c3, queen a4 trick, and white just resigned. It was like a GM who resigned in 11 moves. Knight takes c3, bishop d2, queen a4. But here it doesn't do anything special. You can play queen takes c3. I mean, I'm down my Benko pawn. f5 is obviously plausible, though it's like playing the vulture. This is the vulture. The Vulture. That's what you should play, Acerbate. Acerbate? I mean, Arsenal. I'm dyslexic. I think I'm secretly dyslexic. But you guys who watch the stream regularly know that. I'm secretly dyslexic. I have a little bit of dyslexia. He just took on c3 after all that. Can't believe it. G6. Do you want to trade queens? Yes? Where is Gennady Sigalchik when I need him? Man, we're just going to be down upon an ending. Lev Albert. Could use some Lev Albert love. Lev. Benko connoisseur. He beat the Weedmaster once. Now it's coming back to me. It was Albert versus Weedmaster. If you don't know who the Weedmaster is, it's a friend of mine who was helping me out in the United States a lot when I was there last year. He's an IM, but he's too old now. Doesn't do tournaments. He had a game with Lev, where Lev had this structure. It's like the dragon. You have like one island, and it's like impenetrable. Even though white's like up a pawn, it's actually kind of hard for white. The Weedmaster had no chance. Lev just structured him out. This is starting to look kind of fun, though. I think I'm getting into this. Knight a6, bishop a6. There's f5, Arsenal's favorite move. Though f5 immediately isn't going to quite cut it. Maybe we ought to just make like a normal move, like d6. d6 is slow. We ought to make a decision soon. I mean, f5 is not that stupid. Like, pawn takes pawn, bishop b7, we could go for the d5 guy. I still have my doubts about this. Damn, dude. Arsenal Fan is the #1 dispensary of fake chess news in the modern world. First of all, today, Oms beat me in the Simul yesterday. Now Lev Albert is dead. I don't know what we're going to come up with next. We need to do is somebody needs to check everything. It's like truth fact checking Arsenal Fan. You need some serious fact checking. Yesterday I was talking about Jonathan Rowson. Arsenal was completely talking about someone else. No, Lev is still with us. Spirit of Lev. Not a lot of great Benko players, you know? I mean, it's like Albert was one of the best. The Benko isn't that fashionable, and I don't really know why. It was more fashionable, I think, in the 90s than it is today. Sort of slowly at a decline. I mean, it's still played, but it's never been trendy since forever ago. So I'm still down my pawn. My pieces are just rocking. I never played with Albert. One of the few quote-unquote American grandmasters I never faced. Sarwan and I never played in an over-the-board game, although we played Blitz. And I've never played Albert. There's others too. I never played Soltis. Of course, the younger generation, forget about it. But that's not what I'm talking about. The players from my generation, older and around my age, let's say all the grandmasters from plus or minus 20 years of my own, 15 years of my own age. Albert, oddly, one of them. Although Albert never played much. The only place he ever played was like in New York Open. I have two friends who lost bad games against him. I'm a pawn down, but all my pieces are like excellent. Please don't pin me. I'll castle queenside. I'll do it. I'll do it. I swear I'll do it. I was just kidding. Bishop f7's fine. It's waiting. We're just carefully... We're like a snake uncoiling. It's all good. I was just kidding. I don't mind bishop b5. I don't think it does anything there. It's just... It's like, what's the saying? I can't think of what I'm trying to say, but I know where it is. You know, that's the important thing. There goes the A pawn. I mean, the bishop b5 is actually pretty strong here. Interesting game. I think that black has good comp. Excellent bishop pair, excellent piece activity. Finally, we're going to have to do something dramatic. It appears. The center of pawns must go forward. We're harmonizing. You played Yasser 3 times. Wow. Yes. I have knight b3, but Yasser never played. I mean, he never played in anything. He couldn't even get into like playing the US Open. Wow, I mean, no, seriously, c4 is insane. Dude. High level move, the c4. That's like sacking a pawn. Maybe he just accidentally found a really good move, but I think c4 is kind of a deep pawn sack. Deep fried pawn sack. Because I really wanted to play knight b3, and this sort of forces me to change plans. Jim, thank you for the donation, 300 bits. Good game. I was looking for rook h4 next. We've got to keep the a pawn under lock and key, though. I don't know what he's thinking about here. I think the decision is pretty much obvious for white at this point. I guess you could play bishop c1. It feels very passive. Bishop g5, perhaps, stopping rook h4. But this is the obvious move. Strong move, active, on both sides. Maybe I need to blockade, re-blockade, but he's threatening f4 now. Wow, I took it. Panic mode. What am I doing? Now I'm worse. Oh my God. Holy crap. Oh, I made it. Where is he coming from? How is he so fast? I mean, I had a good position, but I blew it, and the clock pressure was just too much. I just can't deal with the time pressure. It's incredible. It was an amazing game by White. Just losing another pawn. He's finally starting to lose it. That's so sad. Oh my God. That was a brilliant game, man. You were just totally winning. It had to be forced mate at some point. I'm better here. That's unreal. I can't believe I'm better here. I guess it makes sense at that point, but White was hugely winning. Great fight. Man, he had me done. All right. That was fun getting dragged around with my king there. What am I doing? Where am I? Man, I let that get a little out of control. I thought I was better after sacking the pawn. A little too brave with my king in the center of the board. Sometimes I have a tendency to assume my king is safe when the queens are off the board, but it wasn't so clear there. I can't explain how much I hate the French defense. It's difficult to really put it into words. Please don't play the French defense. Particularly in Blitz. I'll try to play some rubbish. Okay, this move is not very frequently played by French players. It's basically just a kind of dunst, but it seems like e6 is something of a lost tempo. I really don't mind this. I suppose b3 is interesting as well. This tempo makes it like a viable dunst for white. b4 I think is even a move here. It's very well-known theory. Can we undermine his center? We got the Benko theme on. No. That's a very kind of logical response. Just ignore it. If I were to play b5 now, his center would be difficult to deal with. So let's say I take on c5 and play like g3. Developing his pieces for him. g3 is really slow, probably not good. For example, g3, queen b6. I guess I should just play like knight g3 now. There is knight f4. A really strange position. I really didn't think he would do that. C'est la vie. Both sides are equal. Some are more equal than others. Black just adapting to whatever I do. Not too many French players would be willing to play this for black. He just adapts constantly, changing plans at almost every move. I don't know much about you, but this is impressive flexibility by black, you know. Like a lot of French players, first of all, will not make the decision to play d4, you know, and then playing this type of structure where it's more like a queen pawn game with dark square pawns. I feel like black should be better. But I have knight takes e5. Knight takes e5, castles, knight c6, bc6, knight f6, queen f6, castles. d3 wins my queen. What? Knight f6, castles. I'm sorry, knight e5, castles. Knight e5, castles, knight f6, queen f6, knight f7. Well, presumably he's listening to the stream, so I'm just telling him what moves to play, which isn't really cool. I don't like it when people can just use the moves I suggest. Most people don't. They'll often turn off the stream, but interesting. So it looks like White's just lost. So he has d3 at the end in that variation. That's impressive play by Black. Pretty strong for 1800. Wait, I have a move? He doesn't have rook e8, so you're pretty impressive for 1800, I should say. Using 1 minute to just crush me. Not bad. Now Black has to find some accurate moves to maintain his advantage. Space advantage for White, for Black, and the slight one move development edge. If I had castle d3, maybe I could have sacked the exchange. Bishop d3, queen a1, queen h5, and take on c5. No, he has f5. I'm not going to give him any more moves. I'm not going to tell him moves. A lot of times if people start doing that, I'll start saying bad moves on purpose to try to throw people off. What happened? Still a game. But I have no time. I used all my time trying not to lose by force. Streaming till 1:30. Next level strategy. Multi-level thinking. But I did study economics at one point. But he's getting a little bit rambunctious. Rambunctious. We didn't last. The economics couldn't deal with it long term, but game theory is interesting. Padre Antoni. Now white might be slightly better. But I don't think I'm like winning by force or anything. Maybe I can win a pawn. Rook e7, rook b8 check. Okay, bishop e6 should be okay for black. Yeah. He's okay here. Wow, good move. I don't like rook e6. And what's he supposed to play there? Now he could have issues. Damn. Don't know about this ending. Should be no losing chances, better for white. That was a dubious move, as was that. Now he's lost. Most likely. Not that simple, but should be 2 pawns up. Normally winning. Normally. So fast. I can do f4, g4. F4 was the best try, though. This has to be winning for white. Man, I was so close to lost. I had 7 seconds left. Dude, that's crazy. So, knight c6 is best move. And there's actually a couple games here by GMs with white. b5. I thought about b5, but it's got to be better than what I did. This is surprisingly really bad for white. You just take this. He instantly took it. 12 seconds. No fear. And now you missed knight d6. What's happening on knight d6? Knight d6, knight e5 castles, an even better version of the game. That's just murderous. Man. Why am I like a tempo down with white? Anyway, good game. You played this opening a couple times. That's funny. I wouldn't think too many people would play this line with white. You get it very rarely. Yeah, but I mean, if you play d4, okay, you're getting a specific line. It's very infrequent for me to counter d4. Almost everybody plays knight f6. Maybe occasionally pawn takes pawn, knight, bishop b4. First of all, d4. Yeah, pawn takes pawn. d4 is rare. b4 is risky for white. I wouldn't think you'd get that almost ever. This has got to be like the normal move for white to play c3. Daniel Dubov lost. I like Dubov because he's willing to play really interesting stuff. Very creative. All right. It would be awesome to see him playing. He's not strong enough to be in the candidates, I guess, but all right. Anyway, knight f3, boring. Arsenal. Play like a man or die like a dog. What's up? Not the French defense. Arsenal plays the Caro-Kann. Cool. Cool. It's funny that you don't what was I saying? I don't know. I don't remember. I like in mid-sentence forgot what I was trying to say. 97. Damn it, Arsenal fan, you avoided what I wanted to do. You like the Rubinstein French? Phew. That's hard to stomach, man. You better be a specialist. My friend Kosic. You gotta really like the French defense to play that. Knight df6. So I know virtually nothing about this. So I never played it myself. Eperjeshi Laszlo. It's a Hungarian IM who always played the Caro-Kann. He used to play this for black. Knight df6, avoiding any potential sacrifices. This doesn't seem right, though, pulling my knight back voluntarily. The problem is if I play knight f3, h6, then if knight f7, I don't think I have enough. And if knight h3, my knights end up all weird. So we'll just do it like this. Let him have the weird knights. Jim, thank you. 200 bits, sir. On the leaderboard. 97. So no matter what I do, my knights are messed up. Everyone's knights are messed up. This didn't help now. What am I going to have to do? Knight h3 anyway? That's embarrassing. I went to all this trouble. What if I play knight e5, actually? Why is this bad? Makes complete sense. Let's be consequent. What's he going to do? Take it? It's not a problem. Yes, knight e5. Okay, this is a real move. Thank you for playing knight e5, me. I mean, maybe it's not a big deal for black, but that's definitely my best move. I can't believe I was even considering anything else. We get the knights on track. Yeah, Rubinstein French, I can't imagine. I once tried to play it against Hikaru Nakamura. Even though I hardly ever played the French, I had prepared it against him. And he didn't even let me play the advance. One of my only French defenses, I played like the French defense 3 times in my life. I have only played it against one strong player and lost. Okay, so that's very deep threat. The very deep threat of knight takes d4. Now, interestingly, if I play knight g5, what happens? All hell breaks loose. Knight g5. Knight back to h6. We can have some more knight moves. Another interesting question is what happens if d5? That's a no-no in the Caro-Kann to allow d5 in general. There's also a good question, what happens if g4? The knight on f5 is kind of asking for it. g4, you have to go to e7 back. And then, I don't know. g4, g5. We just start going. Overextend. I don't know. Here we go. Too many choices. All right. Whatever. Something suspicious about this. Knight f7, king f7, bishop e6, check. Bishop e6, knight g5, check. That's too speculative. g5. Knight g5 is interesting as well. No clue, but I think I just may have overextended myself. Just the rock solid Arsenal fan. But on the other hand, I don't know, man. I mean, I do have a huge space advantage here. Seems to be going backward. I like knight d7. No, he didn't like that. It was a fake news move. Check. Check knight c6, I guess. What a weird game this is. Very strange. How about my castling? Do I have queen c4? I'm even having hallucinations. Now complete with hallucinations. B4. No. Queen c4 is interesting. That's bishop takes f2 check, queen b6. Playing like take back from the simul yesterday. Black seems okay. Ultimately, I need a place to put my king. We just go for an attack here. He's not interested. The game is quieting down. If you ask me, this was a Sicilian. Master found that move. How did you do it? He didn't even want to castle kingside. The thing that's impressive about Arsenal fan is his time use. Again. OMG. What? What? Ah, I just moved my king, but I didn't pick it up. Good game. What? I thought I picked up my king, but I didn't grab it with the mouse. I'm sitting there like waiting for the move to like register. I can't believe what a bad move rook d5 is. You're like winning a rook with queen g1 or queen f1. I don't think I have a mate or anything because it's not a winning move. It probably lets me save the game. Other than that, it's a great move. Other than the fact that it's like not one of the most winning moves, it's excellent. Wait, rook d5 here? Well, I mean, I don't understand why you don't want to win by force, but because you played it, it must be the best move. There it is, engine number 1. Oh, okay. You checked with the engine. He checked with the engine, came back and said, well, why did you think that was not the best move? Jesus Christ. Rook d5 here is the number 1 move, according to the engine. I tried to move my king to c2 illegally. That explains everything. Because it's illegal. Wow. I just hung my f2 pawn in a good position where I'm clearly better. It's unbelievable. I mean, all credit to Arsenal for an awesome game, but you know, before we start pronouncing him a genius, not to be bitter, but I mean, you know, this is the 3-minute chess master with his time pressure. Castling queenside is like crazy. Your only weakness is on c6 and you're castling queenside. I don't know. I was expecting him to castle kingside. I would have hung like queen f2 anyway. I thought he was going to castle kingside. I would play queen e4 here, just dropping f2. I totally didn't even think about it. Too much time pressure. Look at this. Arsenal beats me almost every day now. It's unbelievable. He's so reckless. Allowing this g4, g5 and just gets away with it. You must be extremely lucky, dude. It's just the pressure of constantly making those quick moves. But I think you should use more time. Unbelievable. Why can I not see that my f2 pawn is hanging? Wow. This is insane. I mean, I just did not see my f2 pawn is hanging in this position. That's ridiculous. But I mean, I completely wouldn't have even considered castle queenside. You totally made me freak out. And your king is completely safe with castles kingside. Wow. All right. That's disappointing. I've got time for one more game. So sick. Just drop f2. Who keeps donating these subs to these trolls? Bob, did you self mute yourself there? Self-moderating trolls. That sounds like a good thing. Not going to go back to that subject. It's a family channel. All right. Basically, this is an exchange Caro-Kann where White like played bishop e2. Okay. He can play c4. Banned again. We don't even know how many accounts Bob has created. It's beyond even, who knows? How big is the universe? Major chess streams. That's like you know, I love chess, but counterintuitive at best. Major chess streams. If you say so. I'm not a pretty girl, so I have no chess future as a streamer. I'm just a bitter old man. Knows a little bit about the game. Jesus, Arsenal fan. Don't even go there, and I can't believe you don't know what he's talking about. It was like the second, maybe the most frequent troll on my stream for the last 2 years. How can you not know who he's talking about? We all suspected Bob of being, you know, secretly this like perverse troll. Of course. But I'm not gonna go into an explanation of it. I mean, that isn't what we should do, right? We don't discuss trolls. The point is to ignore the trolls. So Hiroku playing the Queen's Gambit declined in reverse with so now b3. All right. An aggressive move. We got to play somehow. We know where your focus lies, Arsenal fan. The game itself. The clock. We'll get you a big Flavor Flav clock to wear around your neck. I think that would be appropriate. What about bishop f5? g6, whatever. It's the same diagonal. Everybody plays too fast. Can anybody think? Damn. I wish I was fast too. This is such a counterintuitive move. It's just perverse. It's my bad bishop and I'm not trading it off. But it gives him freedom if I trade that. It would be a lot better for white if he hadn't played h3, I think. That weakens his king side. There's definitely a tribute troll. Hiroku plays very fast. I wouldn't call him a flagger. Not really, you know, a sloth on the clock. Bishop d6, h3. Yeah, I mean, it's a move I hate. Like, we have this teammate. I had a teammate who basically cost us qualifying for the first division in Hungary because he kept playing h6 in the Queen's Gambit declined exchange variation and losing like every single game. I don't understand like the point of weakening your king side voluntarily, but like some people insist on doing it. Is f5 a mistake now? Perhaps. Maybe we should just go postal chess. Think a little more like acerbate. Rook c8 for a while now. Acerbate, you're telling me you would play rook c8? You, of all people. You would play rook c8 in a position like this. The single most important factor in acerbate's play is the enemy king and where it's at and what you can do against the enemy king. There's no way you're playing rook c8. His king is nowhere near c8. Oh, I know. He wants to play... I know. Now he wants to play rook c8 so he can play bishop b8 and then set up a long battery with the queen on c7. I understand. That's why he wants to play rook c8. He wants to get the rook in the game before he sets up the cheapo on the long diagonal with queen c7. It's no joke. I mean, this is literally what acerbate was thinking. It's not a bad idea. Rook c8, I would say, is like a really rational... It's a really rational, like, solid, correct move. But I decided to be a little more caveman. I'm totally on tilt after losing to Arsenal fan. Yeah, but white's going to get checkmated. Am I threatening e3? No. What is white going to do if we just are ultra primitive? I just can't believe it's not butter. Butters. But we'll ask Kyle. But seriously, what do you think? Bishop f5. Yes! I've been planning this for like 3 moves now. g4, scary. Oh my god, this is so caveman. What else would you do? Of course, bishop f5. Calculate the primitive first. I mean, I don't know how white defends this position. Now he's got something. Now that is a problem. Oh no. Now it has to be. Now what do we do? Oh my god. He found a good defense. He's attacking e4 and setting up defense with f1. Wow. And now I'm just back to the drawing board. If I sack a piece, totally speculative. Just doesn't work. Oh my god. I might even be worse now. Reduced to acerbate's moves. Rook c8. What? OMG? Haruku's like a genius. Sort of. This is not the way it was supposed to go. This is like plan D. Although I'll take that. Take that. Dropped a piece. That's it. So anticlimactic. All right, guys, let's take a look at this for a second before I have to go. Yes. All right, it's lost now, but bishop f5 was... It was a mistake. It was too cheap. This is a great defensive move. His only move saves the game. Rook e1, simply. Allowing for knight f1 and bishop f1. And attacking e4 simultaneously. I'm lucky I have my wits about me. Able to save myself from the precipice of the position completely turning against me. And I'm okay. And now he just has to take, and go into this slightly worse ops-colored bishop. But still really good drawing chances here for white. Good game, Astrobate. Good suggestion, rook c8. So let's see Astrobate's suggestion of rook c8. When I played queen h4, he wanted to play rook c8. Solid, man. Rook c8 is solid. It might even be the best move. Good concept. I like it. All right, guys, gotta go. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for the support. Thanks for tuning down your Brittany troll, Bob. Appreciate it, man. You know, don't turn it off permanently, but just definitely keep it turned down a little bit. I will see you guys tomorrow night. We're gonna have the Ponda Arena, Rapid Arena, at 6:30 p.m. on Tuesday here on lichess and Twitch. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Kyle. Thanks to Mr. Ponda. And we'll see you all later. Thank God Bob is back. Whew, I was worried. You're not dead, Bob. What a relief. Bye-bye.